you need to know this about toxic positivity? Well, for starters, what the heck is toxic positivity? Is this a legit thing? Well, let's take a couple of definitions I found online, look at them, and kind of tear these down, break them apart, and see how these fit in with the law of attraction. So, here's our first definition that I found using the Google AI. Here's what it says. Toxic positivity is the act of suppressing negative emotions and pretending that everything is fine. It can be harmful to mental health and can lead to isolation, trauma, and unhealthy coping mechanisms. Here are some examples of toxic positivity. Things could be worse. Positive vibes only. Look on the bright side. Happiness is a choice, and there's so much to be grateful for. Okay, so really quick, let's remind ourselves how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction says that whatever you're feeling is what you're attracting into your life experience. Whatever you're feeling is due to the thoughts that you're thinking. Whatever thoughts you're thinking on a regular basis is what you're feeling. What you're feeling, what your emotion is what your energy is. Law of attraction says like attracts like, but on the quantum energetic level. So whatever you're feeling, you're attracting like energies unto yourself, like vibrations. So what you're feeling is the absolute most important thing that we need to pay attention to, because what we're feeling is what we're attracting. Having negative experiences or feeling negative emotion is unavoidable in this life. Having that contrast of negative and positive is how we expand, it's how we grow, it's how we are able to learn how to focus, and it's all about the energy that we are embodying within our body and learning how to channel that energy. The contrast is what gives us the ability to focus that energy. So when we have a negative experience, it's all about how to use that negative emotion, that negative experience, to recognize what's happening within us and use that to focus now in a positive direction. So we have to use negative experiences positively. I really like what Tony Robbins says. He says things don't happen to us, they happen for us. So how can we take those negative experiences and turn them into a positive, uplifting moment for our lives? But before we continue on, let's take a look at another definition I found online about what toxic positivity is. I like this definition a little more because it's going to help bring clarity on how we can resolve this and turn these negative experiences into positive ones. Let's take a look. Toxic positivity is the belief that people should maintain a positive mindset no matter how dire or difficult a situation is. While there are benefits to being optimistic and engaging in positive thinking, toxic positivity rejects all difficult emotions in favor of a cheerful and often falsely positive facade. Okay, let's dive deep into this now. The common theme I see here with these definitions is that toxic positivity is the process of ignoring your negative emotions and or suppressing your negative emotions and masking it with positivity. I can see how that can be a problem. It's important to understand, first, how the law of attraction works, two, how energy flows within your body, and three, that we are going to feel negative emotions from time to time for the rest of our lives. The negative emotions are opportunities though. The things that are happening to us are an experience to help us grow and expand who we are as a spiritual being. So with that being said, how can we use these negative experiences to our advantage? How can we turn them into a positive experience? Now, there's a lot of different levels of negative experiences we can have. There can be super deep, really hard negative times in our lives that we're experiencing and going through. And there are times that are just kind of negative, not terrible, but maybe we're going through something, but it's really not a huge deal. Okay, so we have different varying levels of hardships. In this video, I'm not going to go into the super deep negative emotions. I'll make a separate video for that because that's a big topic all in and of itself. So for now, let's just talk about negative experiences in general. So for starters, let's remember that, like Tony Robbins said, things happen for us, not to us. If you're a student of the law of attraction, then you probably have the understanding that everything that's happening on the outside is a reflection of what we have going on the inside. So when things happen to us on the outside that are negative, it's a reflection of what we've been feeling within us. So we can look at those negative experiences as an opportunity to clean up some energy, to go, okay, wow, I manifested this. This is what I don't want. How did I manifest this? What's going on within me? And how can I start allowing that to come up and addressing it so that I can now define what I do want out of life and start guiding my focus and allowing the energy to flow in a new direction. It's all about the balance of energy. So it's important. We don't want to suppress or push down those negative experiences and negative emotions. We want to address those negative emotions. Let them come up. Let them surface so that you can see them. Because if we're not seeing it and allowing it to come up so we can get a visual of it, we're never going to be able to fix it because we don't have any clarity. You want to bring it up so you can have clarity so you can now define where you want to go in life. We can't lie to ourselves about what we are feeling because energy never lies. It always tells the truth. What you're feeling is the truth in the very moment. So if you try to lie and suppress, you're just making things worse. You're just creating more tension. Now, it can be scary to face our negative emotions. There can be a lot of fear involved because the ego is like, no, man, this is not safe. Don't do this. It's going to make you vulnerable, etc., etc. But the better you are at allowing your negative emotions to surface so that you can address it and then guide your focus, the better. And it's key to remember that we don't stay in those negative places, that we address it and move on so that we can change our focus. Because what we focus on is what expands. What we focus on is what will expand. And the more expanded that energy, the more it's attracting. So address it, let it come up, let it work itself through your system, process the negative emotion. And as soon as you're ready, start moving away from it into the direction of where you want to go. And in that process, I find it very valuable to write down what you're going through. And then on another page, write down where you would rather be. And then that will help you, one, get it out of your system. And two, now you know on paper where you're going. This is where you're headed. This is what you want. And now you can crumple up that old piece of paper with the old story, the old negative. You can throw that away and now give all of your attention on where you want to go. Because it's all about our ability to focus. It's so important. But you can't suppress the negative. You have to use it as a launching pad into what you're trying to work for in the positive. So we can't lie. We have to tell the truth, but we have to use that truth to our advantage, or we're just going to remain stuck for the rest of our lives. I hope that you find this information helpful, that it can help elevate your life. I hope that it helps you learn how to let your energy flow through negative emotion, through negative times, so that you can refocus into a positive direction so that you can create a magnificent life for yourself. If you did find this video helpful or you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future content that's helpful for you. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.